Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Either you're one of the people who absolutely love Tyler Perry movies, or you're one of the people who hate them. Either way, there's some things that I want to break down from a licensed therapist perspective. But before we get into it, make sure you put in the comment section, what did you think about his new movie on Prime called Finding Joy? I have a lot of thoughts, which I will also share my personal opinion towards the end of this video, so make sure to stay for that too. But let's talk about the first thing from a therapist perspective, and it was all of the red flags that Joy was missing in regards to Colton. And I forgot to say that a whole bunch of spoilers will be in this video. So Joy was missing all of the red flags in regards to Colton because she thought that they were dating. She thought that they were taking it slow. He just got out of a situation. She just got out of a dating situation, and things were moving at their little pace. But when he said, oh, she's like one of the guys, and kept saying that multiple times, that was a red flag to her that says he was just really seeing her as the homie and not someone that he could potentially be in a romantic relationship with. Clearly that just went over her head because she wanted what she wanted because that man was fine. And the other clue that she missed, or the other red flag that she missed, was all of the forehead kisses. Forehead kisses are like a kiss of endearment, even though I love a good forehead kiss, but it wasn't signaling a romantic relationship. She went in for a kiss and he was like, kiss on the forehead. And he constantly was doing that. It was clear that all of her friends, well, I can't say all of them, but the two friends that we saw in this movie understood that he wasn't that serious about her, but she couldn't see it. And that's why you need friends around you who's going to keep it real with you and say, girl, yeah, he might be fine, but he not really giving what he needs to be giving if y'all gonna be in a relationship. Now, the part that felt real outlandish to me was that he invited her to a trip to meet his family in Colorado just for her to be a part of his wedding. Excuse me? I felt like that isn't something that is realistic in real life. Like, he could have easily talked to her about that at the house. Or, you know, when people want you to be a part of their wedding, they give you like a cute little gift or a card or make something nice or give you a shirt and say, hey, would you be a part of my wedding party? He could have did that at the crib. He did not have to go and fly her out to Colorado just for that. But also, the second thing in regards to this was a high level of embarrassment and shame that Joy felt because she did miss all of the red flags. I mean, this man was literally engaged to Heather. When you are embarrassed and shameful, you tend to do a little bit of crazy things to get out of those situations. And that's exactly what she did in the worst snowstorm ever. Old girl wanted to rent this little teeny tiny little baby 2-axle car that she shouldn't have been driving in the snow to begin with. And that just made things completely worse. She put herself in a life-threatening situation just because she wanted to get out of the embarrassment and shame from dealing with the situation directly, because she never really talked to Colton. If you think about it, she never really said like, oh, I thought we were dating, or I thought you were into me. She just pieced out and flew out the window. Now, the thing that also felt very outlandish to me was the whole frozen lake situation. Because I get it, she wasn't supposed to be driving with that little car in the snow. And when they did the scene of her like going up the mountain in the car, I was like, Sheila, you going up to the mountain to get your man? Like, what is this? It's giving Why Did I Get Married vibes. But her falling in the frozen lake, the car falling in the lake, her basically almost dying, freezing to death, whatever the case may be. Why do we have to have her almost have a near death situation for her to find a man, for her to find a good man? I feel like it would have been more realistic for her to get out of the car, because she was already locked out of the car anyway, walk around, see if there's any houses near, and then she could have met Rich. But you know, Tyler Perry just had to be extra in regards to this. It was even more extra when you find out that Rich didn't have no communication with the outside world. He didn't have a cell phone. He didn't have social media. I'm like, is this realistic in 2025? Like, let's be real. It's one thing to not have social media. Okay, I can understand that part. There's tons of people who don't have social media, but to not have a phone, to not have a way to communicate if there's an emergency, that was over the top. And also unsafe. The part that I was slightly confused on, and maybe you can provide clarity to me, is did he live there full time in the cabin in the woods away from the world? Or did he just go there during the Christmas season because he wanted to get away, because that was around the anniversary of his mom's death? I feel like that part wasn't clear. And before we move on, it has come to my attention that only about 4 to 5% of you guys who watch my videos are subscribed to my channel, and we need to get that number way up. So please, if you are enjoying this video or any of my other ones, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification tab. That does help me to create content like this for you every single week. Plus, I got a whole bunch of other Tyler Perry reviews on his movies and TV shows that you want to check out. I'll put it up here and put it in the description for you too. So Rich had the nerve to ask Joy, are you mentally stable? Baby, that question could go both ways, because she out here going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over Colton, driving in the snow like a maniac, doing stuff. She not even properly dressed, out there with a little slip dress, a little coat. It's like, ma'am, you about to freeze to death. And then he out here isolating himself, right? And we know that was from him experiencing a lot of grief and loss from his mom. You know, I think that that is very hard. I mean, there's plenty of people in real life outside of this movie who experience a death anniversary around the holidays, and they have a very hard time, whether that's a parent, whether that's a child, or whoever. So there are people who want to be by themselves during that time, but I don't know if pure isolation, especially at the level in which he was doing it, was healthy, because he had some other stuff going on, right? He was a little angry, a little mean and disrespectful to her towards the beginning. I wasn't sure if he had like a little OCD, because he was like, don't touch that, don't move that, you know, he had a little bit of control things going on there. And I was like, okay, what's going on? It's clear and apparent that both of them need therapy separately. I know that it's just a movie, but I feel like she shouldn't have slept with him. I mean, he literally was a complete stranger. You just thought that he was a serial killer 2.5 seconds ago. Y'all been in this cabin maybe for a week and you having sex with him? I mean, he is fine. Okay, but it was like, ma'am, you should not have done that. I know that there's people who have sex with other people in way less time than that. That's why people have one night stands. But girl, I was like, take it slow. You ain't gotta move so fast. But in true Tyler Perry fashion, the whole movie moved fast. It moved way too fast for me. I would have loved to learn more about Joy's character and her background. I mean, she barely mentioned about being a foster child and, you know, what she grew up with. I think that that was a major part of her story. I would have loved to learn more about that from her. But also too, you just met this man in the woods. He saved your life. You slept with him within T-minus 7 days. Then he wind up popping up at your house, your apartment. How did he know where she lived too, by the way? Because remember, he ain't got no cell phone. He ain't got no outside connection with technology. How did he know where she lived? I mean, that was odd for him to just pop up at her house. It gave real stalkerish vibes. And then during that time, he had flowers, proclaimed his love to her, basically said that he was in love with her. And then when they went back to go and talk with the owner of the company, he was basically like, I want to marry you. And they did get married. But it was like, whoa, this is real fast. This is like not even 2 weeks. Okay, like this movie just moved extremely fast. And I'm like, can we just slow it down, Tyler? Let's slow it down. My final thoughts on this is that overall, I think it was a good movie. It gave me Hallmark, Black Hallmark film vibes, which I'm not mad at, because we love a good Hallmark Lifetime movie around the holidays. I know that you guys really dislike Tyler Perry because you're like, he always has these stereotypical roles for Black people or Black women. And he did have a little struggle of in there, right? In the middle of this, but it wasn't as traumatic or as stereotypical as some of his other movies like Straw and Divorce in the Black and other shows and movies that we've seen from him. I'm not gonna hold you. I thought all of the actors were amazing. They did a great job and they were all fine too. I said, everybody just looking good in this movie. Also had its funny moments. I mean, the friend, what is her name? Lydia? But the one that was always high, she was hilarious. I mean, it had its funny moments. And even though it was a little rocky at times and I felt like things moved very fast, I love the fact that he allowed her to pursue her dreams of being a fashion designer. And she got to go to the next level and kind of redeem what Patrick stole from her, right? And so I love that he incorporated that at the end. And it was a fairy tale ending. It was a happy ending. It was a love story out of one of the books that Joy typically reads. So I would give this about a 7.5, maybe 8 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching another review on my channel. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Be blessed. Bye.